So the eye is kept inside the treasure chamber.
Unfortunately, now it's just the eye of the Sphinx. But it's a bit too late to change the banner.
And there's a guard guarding the area.
That must be the treasure chamber where the eye of the Sphinx is due to be exhibited. The display case is already prepared.
Oh, actually, he's not here yet. Right. So, can go inside. Let's talk to the guard.
Well-trained guards are usually the best security system, although they didn't manage to stop the Raven in London.
Does he look like he is well trained? Well, he has a gun, and he is in a very formidable position. The way he stands, the way he guards this area.
The gala will be crawling with guards tonight. The local police might also send some reinforcements.
Can we talk to the guard?
Well-trained guards are usually the best security system, although they didn't manage to stop the Raven in London.
Okay, let's go inside the treasure chamber.
No, sir.
I'm from the Swiss police. I want to check the security arrangements.
No one may enter the treasure chamber before the delivery has arrived.
Really? Can we not show him the badge? Yeah, that's exactly why we need to go inside. I really want to secure the area first. Well, that is not possible. Okay, let's go somewhere else. Yeah, hopefully we have found all the hotspots here. Now we head to the main hall. Ooh, look at this place. It is huge. Gonna be very thorough in here. Showcase.
Ah, I've heard of this. Desert glass. In the great sand sea of the Libyan desert, there's a region where natural glass is found. Nobody knows how it formed. The valuable material was often used for jewelry in ancient Egypt.
That's the desert glass.
Aha! This shows how the ancient Egyptians were able to move the heavy blocks of stone to build their pyramids and temples. They used ropes, wooden sleds, and poles as levers. These exhibits aren't originals, of course. They're reconstructed, based on old pictures. Nonetheless, it's impressive how they managed to build monuments like the pyramids with such simple tools. Several daggers in a row. Their shapes and patterns look timeless, elegant. What does it say here? The dagger on the left is a replica of the dagger from the tomb of Tutankhamen. It must have been incredibly precious during his lifetime because it's made of iron. Thousands of years before the Ice Age, meteorites were the only source of pure iron. So a star that fell from the sky, bringing a substance that's harder than anything they'd known before, would have been a dramatic event. No wonder they used it to forge a weapon for the godlike pharaoh.
And Lady Westmacott staring at something. A huge mural, Egyptian mural. Hello, Lady Westmacott. You enjoying yourself?
Impressive, isn't it? Thousands of years old and still beautiful.
That it is. They dug it out of the sand near Thebes over 50 years ago. I was there.
Really?
I met my husband there. He was an assistant on the dig and was ordered by the director of the excavation to take care of that writer. I financed many excavations in the following years, here in Egypt and in the Near East. I visited my husband, together with our son. It was the best time of my life. But a museum is no place for nostalgia. What can I do for you?
Well, we have a lot to talk about. Let's talk about your son.
Your son? You haven't said much about him. Or perhaps you did, just not by name.
You're an attentive listener, Mr. Zellner.
I was wondering why you knew so much about Miss Miller's unhappy marriage.
I stopped paying his bar tabs. Stopped paying reporters to hush things up. He got to know her and went with her to America to start a new life. You can change your name easily, but not who you really are. He has my eyes, doesn't he?
The Part 2 novel is for him, isn't it?
If I couldn't provide Matthew with a good father, then at least I can provide him with a good start in life.
Wow, so we're actually related, huh? Matthew is her grandson. Wow. And Miss Miller is her daughter-in-law. This is crazy. Well, that really explains why they're traveling together now. Right?
You've had a long and successful life, Lady Westmacott.
What's that supposed to mean, Mr. Zellner? That I should be ready to leave the stage? Because I'm not.
Oh, I didn't want...
I'm here because life is here, Constable. Or was. I have never lived as much as I have here. No fame, no money can buy that.
I understand.
I'm sorry, Constable Zellner. Such an outburst isn't fitting for a woman of my age. And an English woman at that. Let's talk about something else.
Sure, Lady Westmacott.
When I was working on the ship, I felt like one of the detectives in your novels.
You were lucky. It was an unusual murder. Most murders happen in the heat of the moment or are committed by idiots. They're uninspired. But Gebhardt thought it through. He could have succeeded.
I don't know. He made too many mistakes.
He couldn't have known that the Baroness, almost unconscious from the drugs, would lock her cabin door.
But that was a risk. The plan was too complicated and sloppily executed.
You certainly are a harsh critic, Mr. Zellner.
He could have shot her on the side deck and thrown the weapon into the sea. With no witnesses, no one would have suspected him.
How boring.
Or if it had to be a complicated plan, then he should have worked more carefully. Should have thought of everything, had a plan B in place.
Maybe he didn't have enough time. He had only a few hours to plan and commit the murder.
Still, he should have covered his tracks more carefully. The audio tape, the bloody glove, none of that should have stayed in the medical center.
Yeah, there are just way too many loose ends.
Do you think that Dr. Gebhardt was the Raven?
Was? Do you think he's dead?
The letter sounded like he committed suicide.
There's your answer. Does that sound like the Raven? Being unmasked? Taking the easy way out?
My sentiments exactly. The Raven wouldn't commit murder, get caught, and then jump into the sea.
You don't want everything to be over, do you?
It's my chance to do something great. It can't be over yet.
At least you solved the murder of the Baroness. You're a hero.
That's not how the newspapers see it. Nor I. Something's missing. I can achieve more.
Careful, Constable. He who flies too close to the sun...
Is that the myth of Icarus?
To be honest, no. The story is Greek, and was only written down 1,000 years later. I was counting on the dramatic effect.
Oh, worked well enough.
Yeah, Selna is definitely not accepting defeat, guys. Not oh wait, until his face is plastered on the front page. He wants to see his face on the front page. That's why he is continuing the investigation.
Let's assume that the thief is still out there. Who is he?
If all this were a novel, then it would be the one you least expect.
Is that intended to be a confession, Lady Westmacott?
What do we know about the new Raven?
He's a man who would stop at nothing.
Must it be a man? And how do we know that it's just one person? There could be several people collectively pretending to be the Raven.
So, we don't know anything.
That's not completely true. We know that he or she wants the Eye of the Sphinx, and will probably strike here, assuming he or she hasn't already gone.
It may be the end of the story for me, Lady Westmacott. Inspector Legrand will arrive soon and send me to the hotel. I'll return tonight for the gala, hoping all the while that the Raven does dare to attempt a burglary. Tomorrow morning, I'll have to return to Switzerland. What an unsatisfactory ending that would be.
It wouldn't be a triumphant ending, but it could be worse. At least you'd still be alive, Constable.
Well, hello, Sissy, welcome. How are you doing?
Will you attend the gala tonight, Lady Westmacott?
But of course, the antiquities, the delightful atmosphere, and who knows, perhaps there will be another spectacular burglary.
And your cruise?
The ship doesn't leave until tomorrow, and believe me, I'd cancel the cruise for this.
As always, it was an entertaining and enlightening chat, Lady Westmacott.
I'm going to miss our little chats, Constable Zellner. Goodbye.
It looks like Matthew has joined the party here. Hello, Matthew. Hello, my boy.
A figure of Imhotep, who comes in peace from around 2700 BC. The first polymath known by name, godfather of medicine, architect of the first pyramids, and according to legend, the inventor of Egyptian writing. He certainly achieved more than me in his life. He was a legend. The Greeks called him a god. The Romans still honored him 3,000 years after his death. Even today, scholars offer a drop of ink to Imhotep when they begin a new project. Really impressive.
So, what are you looking at, Matthew? The statue?
This is Akhenaten, the only pharaoh whose portrait I always recognize. He has a very unusual head.
Unusual head. Okay, let me take a closer look. I'm interested.
Akhenaten was the husband of Nefertiti and the father of Tutankhamen, a famous family. But he went down in history as the pharaoh who wanted to eliminate the old gods and replace them with a single god. The priests took offense, and he died of unknown causes.
Unknown causes. Wow.
Ahoy, Matt.
The statue was talking.
The statue was talking?
Yes.
And what did it say?
It said it was...
That's a very bad word.
I know.
And an English one. Don't you think it's odd that an old Egyptian statue speaks English?
Don't you think it's odd that a statue speaks at all?
That would have been my next question.
I'm not doubting you, Matthew. Is there someone hiding behind it? Maybe there's a speaker attached to the back of the statue. Maybe this is a tunnel. A secret tunnel behind the brick wall.
And, is the statue talking to you right now?
Do you think I'm nuts?
No, of course not. I just thought you might have much better ears than me. Ears that can hear statues.
Some cop you are, Mr. Zellner. This is a mystery and you're just making jokes.
You're right. It's just...
Don't you believe me?
I do believe you. I trust you, Matthew. The only person I trust.
We both agree that a stone statue without a mouth or vocal cords cannot speak, right?
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Okay. That means you heard something else. And we have to find out what or who it was.
Roger.
Ooh.
I'm almost a bit envious of you. Going up the Nile on a ship, it must be great.
Yeah, I guess.
You don't sound so keen.
I think my mom wants the professor to come too.
And you don't? You can't tell me.
What if Mom marries the professor and doesn't work with the lady anymore? We'd have to move to London, and I'd have to go to a new school.
Wow. I think you should tell her. Tell your grandma. I don't think he knows about the grandmother, guys. So this is something that you are keeping away from him. I think you should just speak your mind.
You like your life as it is, and you don't want to change a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But have you ever thought about whether your mother is happy? The world doesn't revolve around you, you know. If you're unhappy, you have to do something. Sometimes you have to take a chance. And in that case, you need all the help you can get.
Do you mean Mom isn't happy?
I don't know. What do you think?
This will all be over soon. Then I'll finally have time for you.
We wanted to head back to the hotel.
Certainly. And tonight at the gala, I'll show you around the museum, okay? And have you made up your mind about the cruise?
Well, I don't really know.
Oh, come on, Mom. Who could teach us more about Egypt than the professor?
Wow.
Then it's settled.
Don't look at me now.
I didn't expect you to say that.
Well, Mom, sometimes you have to take a chance.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Well, who wants ice cream?
Me! Actually, Mr. Zellner still owes me some.
That is true. It's not like I coached the boy, guys. But still, I'm very impressed. Shall we go find the professor? Where is he? I think he went the other way. Okay, let me continue with our tour around the museum. We haven't checked out the hotspots yet. Can still look at the statue one more time? Yeah, let's do it.
The statue is too heavy to move, and I don't see any gaps or cracks in the wall. I don't think I'll find anything here.
Maybe there is a room behind it. A secret room. A secret hiding place. Okay, anything else we can click on? I think those are all the hotspots. Just want to make sure. Okay, now can we go the other way? Let's go to the right hand side. If that is possible. I don't think so, guys. So that's all there is. Alright, let's go back up then. Let's go find the professor. Are you here, Professor? The guard is gone. Can now head into the treasure gallery. Oh, everyone is here.
Great moment. Professor Lucien, your key, please.
Yes. Well,
Come on, Professor.
but you have to realize that...
Thank you.
The eye is probably gone already, guys.
Finally.
I bet it's gone.
But
I knew it.
Professor?
I wanted to give you this.
You have the eye? What?
Well, after the burglary in London, I thought the eye might not be safe on its way to Egypt. So I secretly took it when I was supposed to place it in the safe in London.
How dare you?
I felt that I should leave the jewel to someone I trusted completely. Myself.
But the jewel was safe. From London to here, no one had an opportunity to steal it.
I beg your pardon, my dear colleague. But if that were true, I wouldn't have had it.
Congratulations, Professor Lucien. You fooled everyone, it seems. The honor is yours.
Well, that's that. Shall I explain the security system to you, Inspector?
The French ambassador summoned me. I have to get in touch with him. The press is besieging the embassy, and I have to answer their questions.
But you absolutely must come tonight. The opening of the exhibition will be the highlight of the year, and you are my special guest.
I will see what I can do. Zelna, will you have a look at the security precautions? We'll see each other tonight.
Of course, but
Wait, Inspector. I'll join you.
Well, here we are. The Inspector will answer the reporter's questions for the next few hours. And well,
I won't take up too much of your time. I'll take a look around and then go lie down so that I'm ready for tonight.
Alright, so we are in the treasure gallery. So the camera is a hotspot. Which camera? Which one are you talking about, Ray? The one outside? Is there a security camera? Oh, there is a security. Okay, this is the one you're talking about. Security camera. Okay, we'll check out the whole place. Then we should first talk to this guy. Wait, who is he again, guys? Is he like the owner of the museum? Or the director of the museum? He has no hotspot. Can't even talk to him. But let's look at the eye.
How is the display case protected?
it's made of bulletproof glass that's several centimeters thick. You'd need heavy machinery to open it. But even the smallest disturbance of the display case will set off the alarm.
I'm sorry, but you just open it from the side so easily, guys. The glass pane. That's before they put in the eye. So that means it can easily be opened from the side. What the heck?
Doesn't look half bad. A glass cutter wouldn't be much use. Is the display case anchored to the floor?
Why do you ask?
The Raven once stole a whole display case in St. Petersburg instead of just taking the jewels out of it.
Such an attempt would fail here. The display case is bolted to the floor and weighs several hundred kilograms.
What if there's a tunnel from the floor below? It is possible. Maybe it's a hollow area at the base. Anything is possible.
What's in the other display cases?
Other valuable originals. The eyes of the Sphinx would have been the highlights of our exhibition. Now that we only have one left, it doesn't really outshine the other valuables anymore. This room is full of world-class treasures.
And a security camera.
What's that? A camera?
The latest model. It's called video surveillance.
I've heard about that. The images are recorded and can be viewed again later.
That's right. Images from all three cameras are recorded in the guard room.
Wow.
As I've said, we've spared no effort and no expense.
All three cameras. Are they all inside this room? This very same room?
Many people picture a stone coffin when they hear the word sarcophagus, but this one is wooden. As usual, an ornamental representation of the deceased is painted on the outside in gold and other colors.
It looks like this one is only the lid, and not the whole sarcophagus. It's a wooden lid. It's the Ankh. Anything else I need to look at? It's all the hotspots. And we still cannot talk to the director. I think that is all. This treasure gallery looks pretty barren, guys, considering how much valuables it has. And especially the display case for the eye. That looks underwhelming. Shouldn't there be a stand in the middle of the case to hold the eye up? You just place that eye right on the surface there. Can't really see it well. Such a horrible display case. So I don't see any other hotspots here. It's time to go. I think that is all.
This here, the gate, how does it work?
If the alarm is set off, the metal gate descends. The same thing happens at the windows and the main entrance. The thief is trapped like a rat.
Okay. A gate, and then we got shutters. Right at the windows.
As are we.
Next, I'll show you our guard room, the heart of the whole security system. And after that, I'll have to excuse myself.
Oh, the raven feather.
Alert the guards. Then call the French embassy. Legrand needs to come.
Oh boy!
We're being locked out.
What an explosion! I thought it would all happen during the gala, guys. At night. Isn't this a little bit premature?
Here, have a seat and try to calm down.
But there was no one inside except maybe he was hiding inside the sarcophagus. There was no hiding spot inside the treasure chamber. Except the sarcophagus. Or maybe inside the main display case. There's definitely room for a full body in there. So... man... was that a smoke bomb?
That bloody bomber. I mean, the chamber was filled with irreplaceable treasures.
What a gate.
The gate is massive. I can't open it myself.
Not even a dinosaur can crash inside. Such a strong looking gate. So, Director Mokhtar, we can now talk to him. He finally has a hotspot. But under dire circumstances now. Poor Markov.
Director Mokhtar?
You alright?
How can I open the metal gate?
He shouldn't have done that.
Director,
All the artifacts in the treasure chamber. He destroyed them.
and I will bring him to justice. But first, I have to get inside.
Is he alright? He's holding his heart. Is he having a heart attack? I think we need to call emergency. Let's go an ambulance. He doesn't look right.
He's pale and shaking, probably in shock. Perhaps I'll get something out of him in a couple of minutes. He's pale and shaking, perhaps...
Okay. There is a security camera inside. I think we need to check the footage. And that should be our next destination, guard room. Right, Ray? We need to check the footage. Also search the guard. Is the guard inside the security station? Inside the guard room? Well, everyone else is gone. They are outside the building. I wonder where the inspector is. Where is Inspector Legrand? And also his assistant.